And the topic of discussion for this presentation is what documents need to be provided at the time of setup of the branch office in Singapore. So just to note, we are referring to the branch office, which is an extension of the foreign entity in Singapore. It is not an independent private limited company which is normally established in Singapore. So let's have a look on the documents required. And the documents required for registration of a branch actually are of two types. The first set of documents that we need is required for KYC or CDD, customer due diligence. What that means is Accounting and Corporate Regulatory Authority makes us mandatory that we should follow and collect certain specific documents about the client before we can provide you the services. So the first set of document refers to this KYC, and the next set of documents which is required for the registration of the branch, and these documents needs to be lodged or uploaded at the time of branch registration in Accra BizFile system. So let's first have a look on the documents required for KYC purpose. So first of all, in relation to the parent entity which is registering the branch, we require these documents for this parent corporate entity. The first piece of document is the official extract of the corporate entity from your home country. So every country has a authority, government authority, which manages registration and maintenance of corporate entities, and it is typically called as corporate house or corporate affairs. Or so from this authority you need to get the latest extract about your company, which should list the name of the company, registration date, its current address, registration number, the details of current directors, and details of current shareholders of the company. So providing only a incorporation certificate or certificate confirming the registration is not enough here. The details of shareholders and details of directors are also required. This point you should keep it in mind. The next document that we need is a board resolution. So this is to be prepared by the corporate entity on its letterhead, and it should write there that the company has decided to open up a branch in Singapore. For that, it can also specify who is the authorized person to act on behalf of the company, to take whatever decisions are there and to sign the necessary documents. Also, if any resident agent is to be appointed from company side, then that information also needs to be provided. The next thing we need is UBO chart if complex corporate shareholding exists. Now, if your company is owned only by individuals, then the extract details will tell us the details of all those individuals. But if this corporate entity, the parent company in your home country, in turn is owned by another corporate entity, then in that case we will require a UBO chart. So UBO stands for Ultimate Beneficial Owner. So the Accra regulations say that we need to trace it to at least 75% shareholding owned by individuals. So we need to find out persons who are behind this company who own total together 75% of the shareholding. So if you are not clear about what that UBO chart is, it looks typically like this. And there is another presentation which we have already made to explain this. You can go through that. And then there will be a CDD form which will collect information about what your company is doing and what the branch is intended for. So this background information will be required. Now once this information is obtained, for every person who appear as a director of the company, director of the parent company, and every shareholder or the UBO identified, for all those people, in case of shareholders and UBO, we want for all the people who makes at least 75% shareholding, we need these documents which are listed on the right hand side under the heading documents for individuals. We need their passport copy. We need their second identity card copy, which can be their driving license, national identity card, Aadhaar card, Malaysia identity card depending upon the country, and a latest proof of their residential address. And of course other information like their contact details, what they do, what is their main occupation, and so on. The proof of residential address must be issued within last 3 months and it should be in the name of the person. For example, it can be mobile bill or the utility bill. So these are the two sets of documents, and these individual documents needs to be repeated for every director, shareholder and UBO constituting at least 75% shareholding. There are two more points which needs to be kept in mind in regards to KYC documents for a branch. The first point is documents must be in English, and if those are not in English, they must be translated in English. And the second point is certain jurisdictions do not give details of directors and shareholders in extract. So if you get extract from them, it will only mention about the company details. So these jurisdictions typically tend to be a bit secretive, and the details of shareholders and directors may not be available as a public record. For example, if your company is in BVI, Seychelles Islands or Marshall Islands, these details may not be available. However, in that case, details certified by the registration agent or the company secretary are acceptable. Now moving on to the next slide, here we refer to the documents those are required for registration. Since you are registering a branch here, which is an extension of your home country company in Singapore, some of the documents and details from the home country will be lodged at this point of time, and accordingly the documents required are, again, extracts are required. So directors details from the home country company will be entered at the time of branch registration. So every director details are required to be registered. The second thing is parent entity memorandum and articles of association will need to be lodged at the time of branch registration. So you will need to provide us a certified copy of memorandum and articles of association of parent entity and the share capital details of the parent entity, which typically should appear on the extract, will also be lodged at the time of branch registration. So technically there is only one document that is required, which is memorandum and articles of association, because extracts which are collected for the previous step are used over here. So in summary, the documents required for branch registration in Singapore are not overly complex. However, if you have a complex corporate shareholding, then in that case, getting the details of UBO can add to some effort.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.